What up, Corner Crew? Welcome back to another episode of the Hip Hop Happy Hour podcast. I am your host, as always, Brad Bailey. Took a little hiatus last week, had to take a break. Sometimes that's necessary. Sometimes it's very, very needed. And yeah, but we are back. It's a little impromptu episode. We didn't even have this really scheduled up. So we're just gonna start it up and bring them to the stage. We got Faat and Sha-Elemental. Yo, what up, fellas?
What up? What up?
Peace.
What up?
What up, bro?
Good
Want
morning
to give a
from
shout?
Jersey.
Want to give a shout out to y'all. Thank you for joining me on such a short notice. Like I said, we didn't really plan it, but might as well just chop it up. You guys just dropped a banger. So International Dastardly. It's out on all platforms, all streamings, but go to the Bandcamp, cop it. You know what I mean? You support independent artists. These guys worked hard on that shit, and the feedback has been great. Shaw, we talk behind the scenes all the time, and it's been really, really positive. So start off, Shaw. How are you feeling about the release and how everyone's digging it?
I mean, honestly, it's been kind of crazy. Like, it's probably one of my most well-received projects I think I've ever done. So it's been kind of crazy. I've been like paying attention, watching what people have been saying. Like, it's all been positive across the board. Like, I haven't heard a single bad thing about it. So I've just been enjoying that, honestly, because I'm my biggest critic. I think Bo can agree with that too, because I know how he is. So it's always good to get the positive feedback on something you put a lot of time into. Bo especially, I think just every beat on this album is amazing to me. It made me want to rap like that. That's why I rap like that on this album, I guess is the best way to say it. Because I know when I'm at my best, when I'm firing all cylinders, it's usually because the beat really just gets me there, and I'm just like, yo, I have to rap on this. I got to murder this. And I feel like every single one of those beats did that top to bottom. Maybe the only one I would say was the interlude. Was kind of funny story behind that, because I remember I asked Bo for a drum loop beat, and he sent that to me, and I was like, nah, that ain't the one. And then he made his own little remix using that with an acapella, and I was like, all right, send it over. And then it became what it became. So like I got to give it to Bo on this one. He killed every single one of those beats, and I really appreciate him working with me on this.
Oh yeah. Like I said, man, it was a stellar project. Great feedback. I know you guys are going to keep it going. So it's a great chemistry between the two of you. Like you caught a rhythm and you just ride it out, Bo, you're always a busy man. Your name's out there every day on a different project. It's kind of ridiculous. It's like you and Tone Spliff and a few others. It's like every single day their name's on something. Give us your thoughts on the feedback of the album.
I must say this. I think I never got a reception for an album like with this one. And what I mean is, a lot of people seem to say that the fusion between me and my beats and the MC. So like I gotta say, most of the times it was Shah who picked the beats, right? It's just only maybe a few times that I made the beats especially for this project. But most of the times he picked the beats from, let's say, a selection of beats, or he heard something I did. So because sometimes I like to I make a little reel with my latest beat, and he said, "Yo, I got to get that one," or something like that, But it wasn't like I made the beat and gave it to him. So now the reception of the album, like the people love it, and it has a lot to do what Shah picked, I think. So he really has the golden hand to pick the right beat. But obviously, since he raps on the beat, he must have felt something about, oh yeah, I gotta get that one, or gotta use that one, And I think that I didn't have that experience before. Mostly I sent beats, people use it or not, but It wasn't like a back and forth, or sometimes that I could have said anything, you know. But this was really like particular, and I think now in the result, with all the critiques, especially today morning, I woke up and I read this awesome review by Brutus Maximus for Raw Side Hip Hop. Seldomly I read something like this. Seldomly had such a satisfying reaction reading something, like this was like, wow, like someone must have paid him, but he obviously know what he did. I mean, that was like a super dope review, wasn't it? I mean, yeah, read it, right? So yeah, so and yeah. But generally, the reception of the album was like that. Like everyone was basically saying the same thing. This is dope. It's like a dope fusion. Everything fit together, like perfectly. And I mean, we took our time with the album. I don't even remember when we started with it. Was it about the time when we did that Deadly Duos album? I mean, when we did the joint for Deadly Duos.
It was right around that time we started working on it.
Right?
Yeah, it was a
because
minute.
I was finishing up like a couple other things too. So my
Yeah,
time.
yeah, but I mean, we took our time with this one, I think, So so it was 2022, right?
Yeah, it sounds about right. Right around end of 2020.
I mean, I dropped Deadly Duos, I think in summer 2022. So it had to be before that, like spring or something. So nearly 1.5 years at least, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
You can hear the chemistry and the collaboration. You can tell that it took you took your time and you did it right, and that's what
I
counts.
mean, and also we had a whole lot of back and forth, which is important in my opinion. I also don't have that a lot of times. Sometimes it's just like the way it is, but we really send shit back and forth, and we say, oh, you gotta do this and that, and then because the beats gotten older and older, I started to actually work on the beats a little, make them better, in my opinion, better, but not always. So I liked it, so I put it back to the way it was and shit, but it's okay, that's how it works, go back and forth, and that was dope, it was a dope experience, and I'm looking forward for the next one.
Yeah, it all connects, and that's the thing. Like back in the day, the producer and the artist would be in the studio together, and they would form that chemistry, that bond, and that collaboration. And now it's not like that. Like you said, you just send off a beat, and if they like it, they like it, and if not, whatever, So you can feel the disconnect in other albums, and but not in this one. So great job, fellas. I have to salute you. I have to salute you. So what's coming next?
Like, because like he was saying, the back and forth sometimes, like there was like one track specifically I can remember. I was like, what he did with the beat was dope, but I felt it robbed from my flow on the track. So that was the one I had to change. But then moving forward, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna let him do his thing. And then and then he just killed it after that. Not to say he didn't on that one either, but it was just something specific in it. I was really like, it was my pocket. What he changed my pocket, and I was like, I would have rapped differently to that now. So I was like, change it back. And then, but I'm super happy with how the project came out. I think Bo killed it. Salute to you. I can't, like he said, the next one will be fire too. But it was important to me too to get his input on certain things, because sometimes I'll do something and I might love part of it but not love all of it, but I'll still record it and I'll send it to him and be like, yo, like on a hook or something. I'll be like, yo, do you like this hook? And they'll be like, yeah, that's dope. And I'll be like, all right, work. Because once he says that, I'm like, all right, I'm overthinking it. Let it go.
Right. It's always good to bounce your shit off someone else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I'm a hard-headed motherfucker too. So.
Right. We all know this. Anyone that knows you knows this. You know what I mean? But hey, it is what it is. But yeah, we were both. I'm sure we were all surprised in the 48 hours. I mean, we all talk about how streaming sucks, but the amount of streams in that short period of time was whoa. You know what I mean? That was that's pretty big. a lot of people at this level, they're struggling to get that out of a year. You know what I mean? So hell yeah, it's still going strong too. So that's the good thing. It hasn't
Yeah,
been just pushed aside because it's there's a never ending flood of music, which is needs
and
to
it's crazy too. Like no paid advertising whatsoever. Like
right. It
Mm.
was all word of mouth, all word of mouth. That's
yeah,
a good thing too.
absolutely.
Because obviously people are paying attention. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Like, it's kind of like that almost feels better than, well, definitely to me feels better than if I would have paid a whole bunch of money for advertising and this, that, and the third, and gotten similar numbers. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, and that
Mm.
is a very real possibility when you do those things too. Because if you're not, I guess, aiming for the right crowd for what you do, then that could definitely backfire. Especially where, like, let's say, we put something on like Jim in 94.5 or something. Is that really going to do any good for us in the end?
Right.
For the
Mm.
money that you spend for something like that? Just not to say that's neither here nor there, but like, you know, you got to think about how you spend these marketing dollars nowadays when you can get good word of mouth. And if you work it the right way, for instance, like something like the Culture Corner,
Mm.
you get involved in a community like that, it's definitely helped the project. I got to say that Hip Hop Lifers, all the other hip hop groups I'm a member of that I share this stuff in. This type of stuff is very important, building community, because everybody supports each other too. Because there's a lot of artists I'm aware of now, because of these different groups that I wouldn't have been aware of before, and I would prefer to support people like them over a lot of the mainstream type of artists and things like that. So thank you, Brad, for having a
Thank
platform
you,
like
sir.
Culture Corner. So right back at you.
We wouldn't be
Absolutely.
here without you guys. We wouldn't be here without the artist. It is what it is, and it's a collaborative effort. It really is. And we all need to support each other. C put out a post on Facebook and Instagram, I think maybe 5 to 7 days ago. And he was like, you got to support not only your homies, but support independent artists and support the platforms that support them because we do this for nothing. Like, I don't make any money off this. If anybody thinks I make any money off this, I can't even get monetized by Facebook because I had too many strikes. So they won't let me monetize. It kind of sucks, but it is what it is. We still push forward and we do what we can to support you guys. Bo, the hardest working man right now, 2022, 2023, going to be 2024, putting out so many projects. What do you got coming up in the future?
Well, I think it's gonna be at some point it's gonna be less, but because I really stopped doing too many projects. But right now, because I still have so much unreleased stuff, and there's still gonna come a lot. But now the way I work, it's a little less. It also has to do with my work, with my job, with my regular job. I'm much more involved with some things in there, like organizing and doing all kind of mm, behind the scenes stuff, and so I'm a little. I have a little less time, but there was like a time I had a lot of time, like so I could do a lot, and but I also felt I want to make myself a little bit more rare. So that's why I also stopped selling beats, So I don't know. I said that last year, and ever since I took down my page with beats for sale and all that shit, I stopped. Basically, I stopped selling beats. Not saying I don't sell beats anymore, but it's a lot more difficult than before. And it's not about make more money or less money or whatever. It's just about I want to control better who I work with. So obviously, when I sold beats, I didn't really care who bought the beats,
Mm.
but now I really care, So I stopped doing that. So that automatically means there's gonna be less of me. in the future, because right now there's still too much stuff, unreleased stuff, that's probably gonna come out at some point, but that's not actually in my hands. So I want to be more picky with who I work with, right? Like with Char, I'm working on a project with polygrams right now, for example, and I have a lot of projects that for example, I think I told you about the guys from South Africa.
Yep.
The album is done, and I'm always gonna do another with them. But it took us nearly 3 years to get that out. 3 years to get that album done. That's gonna come out soon. And there's some projects I started, and I'm always working with the same guys more or less. But yeah, so this year about new shit, it's just not too much to be honest.
You have the right. You have the right to be picky and choose it. Like you said, when you came out and you're selling beats, because you want to build your brand, and you've built your brand to a point where now you can pick and choose who you want to
Yeah.
work with, and
Mm.
you paid those dues. So flowers to you, my man, for sure.
Earn that.
'Cause hell yeah, and everybody should be doing that. Don't jump on somebody's shit that you're not confident in or anything like that. Why? Why do that?
You know, you know, you know what else I was feeling is that because I've done so much that I became more and more like a factory. Like I didn't have time to actually evolve. You know what I mean? Like to get in better with my beats or improve or whatever. Because I was doing it. I do the mixing and mastering, but not always, but most of the times now. Just for the simple fact that I'm not always satisfied with the results. But I'm not saying I'm the best at it, but I'm also doing a lot of mix and mastering for Snow Wounds now since a couple of months already. So, but I need that time to evolve, to make beats because I really try to improve. I want to get better with it too. I don't want to stay on the same level the whole time, but even get better. So yeah, and I need to take that time for that by doing less other shit. Simple as that.
Yeah.
I just wanted to add that.
With like writing and stuff and rapping for me, I always go through spurts. Start, stop, start, stop. But it's usually like I'll go say 2 months without writing much of anything. I'll write a couple punchlines here, there, something like that, a couple bars, which I'll go back to later on and bring them into something later. But I'll go months where I just gotta live a little, live life a little, see things, go through a few things, and then it's like you recharge the battery, and then I'm just like, bah, 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 like sniping like crazy for like a good 2 to 3 months right after that, and I'll bang out a good chunk of something, and it's like you go in spurts like that. But I think it's very important to do that too. I feel like too that's why like there's a lot of stagnation in especially mainstream music because people are always rushing to put out a project like every 6 months, even quicker than that, a lot of people. And then everything kind of like Bo was saying starts to get redundant and sound the same. Whereas if you took, like back in the day, they'd go at least 2 years between albums. And they'd go live life a little bit. And then they'd come back. And that's why you would see an evolution of an artist.
Yeah.
Where I feel like nowadays that's an element that's missing because you're just getting them nonstop. So there's no chance for them to really separate from it for a little while and kind of live life, do whatever and come back to it and then kind of have it be that, that yin and yang kind of thing where one feeds the other. If you're always going, you're just always going and you're not necessarily like maybe experimenting with different things or, like Bo was saying, like, you just get stagnant sometimes. But for somebody who's saying that, Bo, if that's stagnant, goddamn.
Right. Hey,
I mean
when
nowadays
you're good. It is what You can't deny it. When you're good, you're good, and that's
Yeah.
it. I don't think he could make a bad beat, even if he tried.
I mean, the thing nowadays is the difference, like what you said, in the 90s or whatever, artists would bring out an album every 2 to 3 years. Nowadays, you can't afford that anymore, right? I mean, you're almost forced
Mm.
to, come up with a follow up or something like that because everything is so short lived.
Right, and
Like
you'll be
music,
forgotten.
there's nothing so short lived than music right now, because obviously there's so much coming out every week. If you can see this already, and probably that's just a little fraction. But every Friday when there's the new album releases, how many dope albums, by the way, also come out every week, and then Friday to Friday to Friday to Friday is so much, and then if you're not like come out with something, and after a couple of weeks, basically forgotten almost,
Yep.
so you gotta always keep your ball in the game and shit, it's
Yeah,
frustrating.
absolutely.
The market's too flooded, in my
It
opinion.
is. It is. Everyone is an artist.
And yeah, and I know like a lot of people are like, oh, it's so great. There's so much dope. Yeah, but there's a lot of trash, and there's a lot of trash
Yeah.
that people are convinced that's dope. That's not. It's just another, like you said, it's just a remake of what they did the last time.
Yep.
There's like no evolution. The music is stagnant. Pop, like the hip hop is terrible. Like the mainstream
Well,
is like out of
right,
control.
right now, the big thing in hip hop, like you said, like the pop hip hop is definitely like the stripper
Oh
rap.
yeah.
Like to me, what it is,
Hmm.
and that's not to say every female rapper is that, but we know, without getting specific, who I'm talking about. They out themselves.
Right.
Their subject matter does that, and I understand the arguments that men said this stuff, from the beginning. But I think there's something to be said, for being disrespected and then disrespecting yourself, and they're two different things. Like I feel like, and I don't know, you can crucify me for that one, but I just feel like it's one thing when it's coming from outside, but when you internalize it and then you're putting that out to the world,
Hmm.
that to me is just like a totally different thing. Where, yeah, that shouldn't be said, but at the same time, now you're gonna like embody that, but like turn it into your power somehow.
Hmm.
Like that's
Mm.
it's kind of weird to me how that works.
There's
And
no
that's not a
there's
place.
no
But if you do that, you do well for yourself, etc. Good for you. No judgment, but at the same time, yeah, I'm judging you a little bit.
there's no substance. There's no substance behind it. There's no feeling. There's no artistry. Like Little Kim was doing that shit back in the day, but she was killing it. Like she had
Biggie was
bars.
doing some of that for her too. So you got to think like right there, right off the bat,
Hmm.
that's the machine in a way. Like
Right, she was spitting those bars like she could do it. And Foxy Brown, she could do it. You know,
Mhm.
even a chick like Trina, she could do that style, that fucking Southern crunk shit. But
yeah, but
now
you
there's
had
just no.
Nipsey, you had Boss, you
Yeah,
had the
exactly.
Black,
There was
like you
always
had
a
so
yin
many
and a yang.
different type of female MCs. Lady of
Mm,
Rage, like
mm.
Lady of Rage
LRE.
wouldn't be singing these songs. You know what I mean? Like
Yo
uh,
Yo, Yo Yo
yo,
doesn't get
yeah,
enough credit.
yep.
Yo Yo doesn't
Yo-Yo
get enough.
was dope. Yep.
Oh, yeah. But now there's just no substance behind it. There's no feeling whatsoever. There's no artistry. It's like they're just robots up there saying my coochie pink, my booty hole brown. It's like what the fuck?
It's like yeah, we know. Like,
Right, right.
like
We could
I,
we
I
could
know
have
how the
guessed,
human body works. Thank you.
we
But
could have guessed that. Like you didn't have to tell us all. But yeah, I don't care what they're saying. I don't care how they want to portray it. It's just so bland and just so cookie cutter and copycatted. There's 100 ice spices. There's 100 sexy reds. They're all the same. It's just there's no individuality anymore. And then it's like that on the streets when you just see like I live near a junior high school. If I'm driving past, 95% of these kids have the same haircut. They're wearing the same clothes. They're wearing the same sneakers. It's ridiculous. Like there's no individuality anymore whatsoever.
I was always the kid rocking like, if everybody was rocking Nike, I was like, word, I'm gonna rock Converse, but not like
Right.
Chucks. Like I was rocking the Cons, like the grandma, you know, like the One Stars and shit like that. Or like I'm gonna rock Reebok pumps instead. Something. I'm always like, my thought was always different. Like now I'm like New Balanced out, like a lot of the time. You know, like I like to different.
Dad shoes. Yep, got you.
No, not dad shoes.
The dad shoes.
These are not fucking dad shoes.
Oh,
Not
those aren't the dad. I actually, when I went shoe shopping today, I saw a bunch of dad New Balances. I thought of you. I was like, maybe I should grab a pair. But
you should. They're good on your feet.
Hell yeah, I guess so. I need a pair for work, probably. That's what I should do. Fellas, I don't want to keep you guys too long. I know, Bo, it's 2:30 in the morning over there. So, what do you guys want to leave the show with tonight? Like anything profound, any thoughts, anything you want to get off your chest about hip hop? Bo, you go first, my man.
Oh man. I mean, I just wish people take more time with music. I mean, like, just let that shit grow, and you like take more time to listen to it. Don't be like one of those guys. Yeah, I got my two favorite songs that I listen for a week for, and then that's it, and then off to the next one. I mean, and yeah, support the underground. You don't need to buy shit, but just by clicking on whatever. YouTube is for free, right? I mean, if people put out videos, so a lot of the music is on YouTube to listen to for free too. Listen to this shit, and you know, that's it, man. Support, share wherever you can do.
Right.
Not everything costs money, you know. Like that's the only way we can keep it like you know, alive and going, you know. And then stop less bullshit on the internet. Shit, fuck it.
Good luck with that one.
Yeah,
I know.
That's not going to stop. The United States. The United States has an election coming up in November. That's not going to stop.
Don't remind me.
So, but yeah, to your point, subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Share.
That makes a big difference. Like it, comment, keep it, you know, because you got to break the algorithm, and it's hard. You know, there's a billion channels out there with bullshit, and we're trying to weed through that. You know what I mean? So go to everybody's channel. We all have them. Just push subscribe. That's all you got to do. It's pretty damn easy. Sha, what do you got to say?
All right. Go out and bump that International Dastardly. That's the first thing I'll say. Because that shit's dope. We fucking killed that shit. If you think otherwise, eat my shit. Excuse my language. But yeah, that's what it is. Second of all, be on the lookout for Dastardly Grin 2. Me and Silly Grin got coming up, dropping anytime now. You might never know. I might surprise somebody out of nowhere. It's kind of in the can, just getting it mixed and mastered right now. So be on the lookout for that. And if you're in the New York area, tomorrow night, we will be in Brooklyn for the Bad Seeds birthday party at the Port. I'll be out there performing. I'm going to have my man Dirt Russell with me, G.I. Jones. Brad will be out there. We're going to have a dope night. Come out for a crazy lineup of hip-hop. The Cellar Dwellers, Elder Sensei, Nam Nitty, I believe, is there. A whole bunch of crazy, ill artists. The Bad Seed, obviously. It's his birthday, so come out and celebrate with us. Buy the man a couple beers. You know what I mean? We'll have a great time. Tear that bitch down, and it is what it is.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Again, tomorrow night, Brooklyn, New York, Secret Paw, Bad Seeds birthday show, the Cool Table Concert Series Volume 3. Shit's dope. If you've been to 1 and 2, you already know. Shit is dope. We'll be in the building. We're going to be rolling deep to this one. So come out and support Seed's birthday. All 6 man will be there. Mo Ruckus, Nam Nitty, Honey De Niro. Everybody's going to be up in the building. Like you said, Elder Sensei, Cellar Dwellers. I'm looking forward to that for sure.
Hell, you know, I got a project with Cellar Dwellers.
Oh, I'm
I
looking
got a whole
forward.
album with Sarat Brothers and Tayamo Denko. That shit didn't come out yet, but that's already like a couple of years old though. But yeah,
What the hell's he waiting on? Drop that shit.
Yeah.
Waiting. That's what he
Drop
says. He's got mad shit in the fucking chamber, just waiting. But oh shit! Somebody in the comments said Nam's in Puerto Rico. I don't think he's making it to the show.
Oh,
Shout
Oh.
out to Nam anyway. Go cop his shit too. He dropped on
yeah, definitely.
February
Dropped on
14th, Valentine's Day.
Yep.
Cupid Hates Me Still and G-Fan Black, Ghost in the Machine. They dropped, what is it, Below the Roses? I can't remember the name because there's so much
that.
stuff.
I could be wrong though. You never know.
But
I
go
smoke where I
cop
want
that shit. We lost Bo. But
Sorry, he's in Europe somewhere lamping. It's cool.
yeah, it was a good night. It's mad late over there too. I feel bad, but he wanted to do it. So he's a grown man. He knows what it is. No, he knows what it is. I can't wait for him to come out this way and link up with us sometime. Maybe do a show. You know, that'd be some dope shit.
Fire.
That'd be some dope shit. We gotta do something. You know, what I
We
mean?
got to start from this today. So
Oh yeah, we gotta get everybody together. But Bo's back. Let me bring him back up. Where am I?
Sorry guys,
There he
I
is.
just clicked
Thought
on.
we lost
I
you,
just
my
clicked
friend.
on it. Sounds wrong.
No worries. All right, fellas, you know what time it is. Drop your social media links, drop your band camps. Where can we find you? And what do you got coming up in the near future? Bo, you first, my friend.
you
Go first. You go first so I can think first.
All right, word. So I'll just make this shit easy. Just go to my Facebook. It's Sean Wick. Or you can go to the Sha-Elemental not fan page, but the Facebook page, artist page, whatever you want to call it. There's a link tree right there. Anything you need from me, whatever project, whatever, it's all.
Oh shit, we lost him.
All of it. It's all in the same spot. Just go there. Anything, it's there. All the delightful music, it's there for your enjoyment.
Oh yeah, click it and then just subscribe to everything. Go to the Bandcamp. Subscribe.
Yes, buy 17 copies of the album.
And I heard that it might be possibly happening that there might be some physical copies coming in the somewhat near future. So
maybe
that might be happening too. So if they come out, buy them shits too. You know what I mean? Hit me up. I got merch for sale.
It's true. In the words of Dan Housen, give me all your monies.
Right. We need human monies. So go to Bo's Bandcamp. Buy it up. He's got an extensive catalog. You can buy it all in one shot. The whole thing in one shot. You don't have to even do that shit individual. How easy is that? Spend some money. You know what I mean? Valentine's Day's over. Christmas ain't coming for months. You have no excuse. Spend some money. All right, people. For these two guys, for the Hip Hop Happy Hour podcast, for myself, we out of here. Peace.
Peace.